Hey everyone, so this reading is for Taurus rising for the lunar eclipse that is happening in Scorpio this weekend. For you guys, it will be happening in your 7th house, which is your house of relationships, partnerships, open enemies, and pretty much anything that involves things with other people. So if you're wondering why I keep looking off screen, I kind of borrowed a spread from Emerald Lotus Divination, so I have it written down over here so that I need to keep checking it because I have a bad memory. So let's get started. First, we're going to look at the card to best represent your life at this moment. What we have is the moon. So right now for you guys, you actually have the sun and north node happening in your first house right now. So you might have a lot of things coming in, but you might be a little confused about what's going on with it. 7th house subjects could be kind of in the dark, especially with Scorpio being there. Things with Scorpio are hidden, very much deep and below the surface. So there's something maybe in your dating life or relationships or even business partnerships where you're not quite seeing things. It's also possible that maybe there's somebody, like I said, it is also open enemies. So maybe there's somebody in your circle that isn't quite being honest with you. So there's something confusing going on in your world of relationships. Where you can look to find truth in your life. Let's see. Seven of Swords. Yikes. It's one of my least favorite cards. It's been stalking me like crazy lately. So, Seven of Swords usually indicates that somebody is being not quite honest with you. So there definitely is seeming to be an indication that there's possibly someone trying to bring you down in your circle. With this eclipse happening in Scorpio, intuition is going to be very high. Moon in Scorpio is generally pretty psychic anyway, so this might actually bring up some things for you. If it seems like you get the feeling that someone around you is not quite honest with you, you might want to listen to that, okay? The full moons in general, but full moon eclipses are really about releasing what's no longer serving you. So there's someone in your world of relationships that is not serving your higher purpose at this point. Something that your intuition will be telling you. Knight of Swords. So with the Knight of Swords, a lot of times this can be seen as running your mouth without thinking first, but that could be what your intuition is telling you, that it's time to speak up. It's time. Maybe you've known that this isn't right for a while and you just haven't been saying anything. Now is the time to say something. Something that you can set in motion for your future. Just 7 of Pentacles. So chances are pretty good you've already planted the garden, but now it's time to weed the garden. It's time to see what needs to go and what can stay. It's definitely time to make sure that you have your world of relationships set up in a way that it can grow abundantly. And make sure that you're getting everything out that just no longer belongs there. Higher information coming through for you is your 2 of Wands. So you put the work into place. You've already had the conversations you need to have. You've already set things in motion. Now it's just time to wait. The universe will bring it in eventually, but you're going to have to be patient on it. It is there. It is coming. It's just you got a little more time to go before you're actually going to see this come to life. And how the eclipse will change you. We know that Scorpio is all about transformation. Same thing I got for Aries, strength. So it's gonna be difficult. You might lose people that you really care about. You might be very hurt over finding out who's being dishonest. And it might be very difficult for you to let go, but you're gonna have strength by the time that it's over with. By the time that it's all done, you're gonna know how to maintain your boundaries. You're gonna know how to get through these transformations without it breaking you down so much. And then I also like to pull a couple of oracle cards to get an idea of what's influencing this eclipse and what kind of advice we can get from the universe. So what is influencing? My goodness. Okay. Realization. So you guys can see that. So that you're going to have things pop up that you weren't expecting. And you're going to have a realization that things were not the way that you thought they were. And then with some advice that we can, the universe has for us, blossoming. So by making these transformations, by removing those that no longer belong in our lives, like the Seven of Pentacles is saying, you need to weed your garden. By weeding your garden, you can begin to blossom in your life and move forward. And with this being in your 7th house of relationships, this is really going to help you move forward. It's going to be difficult right now, but you'll be able to move forward once it's all, the dust has settled. And you're actually going to be able to blossom in your world of relationships. I hope that helps you guys get through the eclipse season, or at least through this weekend's eclipse. I will link the decks that I used and my website in the description box. If you want to schedule a private reading or you feel moved to leave a tip there, you can do so there. And I hope you guys have a good weekend.